could do better. That's what I hear the uttering of words to breed insecurity into me, especially when I cook. And in life, certain people told me that, including my aunt there, Donna Danuta Nyemik. You know, as of lately, she's trying to pass that out, and another kid, Kevin there, Sedena. He's like, and it's subconsciously, it's like, you don't need to do that. Why are you doing that? Like I was gonna go to get styrofoam to put around my compost and underneath to protect the compost from the cold, so it disintegrates a lot better. It's like, what is your obsession about me not, creating compost so I could have better, healthier vegetables in the future? Or like scraps of food, like I wouldn't give it to a raccoon, a skunk, and a possum, some creature in the forest, because it's got a little bit older. Maybe they wouldn't eat it. They deserve a little bit better. They really do. So what is your obsession about, let's say, using it for a better good? A better good, so it doesn't get spoiled, but it goes to the compost bin, and eventually, it could be reused for better crops. What is your obsession that I eat better? Or maybe I just, make a video and instruct people how to do it, so they could use it in the garden, or people realize, oh, that's what we use it for, instead of ending up in the garbage, and then being like in a plastic bag, soggy and just disgusting in a landfill somewhere, or the garbage can people, garbage can people, that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? Sanitation workers, or garbage men, right? They're usually males, but they're having to go through it, open it, and it smells and it's disgusting. And even me taking it to the garbage can is just gross. When I could just take it, put it in a compost bin, chop it up and put something else. But it's like, that's styrofoam. It's like they don't want you to even discover that, or me make a video and other people discover that. It's a form of suppression, and it's a form of I didn't want to use the word devil, Satan, but it's like it's a form of manipulation. It's a form of to breed insecurity inside of you, so you don't do what you're supposed to do, either for your own good or good for other people. It's like I'm trying to manipulate and trying to create disinformation and make people get hurt. I'm not into doing that. It's those people that do that to other people. It's that evil that breeds insecurity inside you, consciously or subconsciously. But eventually it hits you. It's like, and maybe he was right. Like I need to do that. But you don't think about it. But when someone relates that message to you subconsciously, that's beyond creepy and disgusting. 2 weeks, I heard that my Aunt Martha, was like, people, beer. It's like, what do you want me to hear you, or are you trying to relate those messages through a form of ESP, clairvoyance, and you want to grain it in my subconscious? Because I want to go out, so it's not that I didn't hear them. It's like, I'm like, I'm in a bad mood. Maybe try to get a beer or two, just to lift my spirits up. I don't want to get too intoxicated and drunk. But let's be honest. That alcohol, it does hinder progress. In your everyday life. And I wake up in the morning and I do kind of feel it. I do feel groggy for some time. I stretch this and that, I have my coffee, and I go back to normal. But it does hinder progress as well. How about you can do better? It hinders progress when I'm cooking. It's like, well, so what did I do wrong? And then I just, I have a clutter of thought. I either I burn something, I don't burn something, or I don't put the right seasoning, or I put the wrong kind of seasoning, it just doesn't taste right. It's like, what is your meaning about, me not, I don't know, enjoy something delicious, or maybe making a video and putting it out there, and all you need is this spice, and it's just really great so other people can try it. Like, what do you get out of that? It's just malice is what it is. It's the ultimate malice. I'm not talking to anybody. I couldn't see Donna like, oh yeah, that kid came and said, Dana, Martha. Martha they did some malicious things to me, but They couldn't see me like stalking me, just just trying to stab me or like like actually fight me. It's none of that. You know, I mean, I've been through encounters where people stare at you like they just hate you, but it's not that. It's a different kind of malice. Like it's that sneaky snake. You know, and especially when you get into someone's subconscious without them kind of knowing that whisper. Oh, it's just evilish and creepy. But I mean, it's like that. I could just feel like someone like a kid eating a sandwich, and someone just goes and smacks the sandwich out of his mouth, and it hurts me in the stomach. Not because of violence, but it's like, wow, you that evil. You don't want that person to have nourishment. It's like, what is your obsession with that? Yeah, there's kids I don't like that in my relatives. I wouldn't smack the food out of their mouth. I mean, jeez, like, and they do it just because they will feel good or they will survive. It's just creepy and disturbing. It's beyond classless and degenerative. Seeking messages. Through clairvoyance, ESP, just to like, and especially when you see it out of the open, they're being ridiculous. I could tell that they just don't want me to enjoy it and have something. It's not also that they're ignorant, unaware of it. Maybe it's that too, but it's also like that. They just don't want you to have anything nice for yourself. A couple years ago, I went to I used to go to this restaurant, The Waiting Room. It must have been like what, 2018, 19. That was a Saturday, and I went there, and I went there for penny vodka, and I had penny vodka, and I came back home, and my aunt Donna was here, Danka, and she was like, she didn't say you could do better, I believe, but she was like, oh my God, Agatha, her daughter, she could make you a better penny vodka. This is the second time she did that when I was talking about getting, when it was like on the day I think or something, I was going to Poland in 2015, and I got my passport, and I just was like, oh, what's the best place where they sell wraps, And she was like, oh, geez, bring it here, all those ingredients, go shopping, or tell your mom or something, I can make it better for you, and it's cheaper. And she's like, they're so expensive. And I don't know if she said expensive, but they're so bad for you. Well, I mean, I just started thinking, what is your obsession, It's like she ever, I got the ingredients and she taught me how to do it. It's like, you just like want me to think about it before I go to eat or after I go eat, just to like, just hate the fact that I had something good. It was just so weird and creepy, And with Danka, it also was like, the salad thing. Yeah, I think it was where I was working at IDS online, and I had a big, tall, this container of chicken soup. It was Italian. It wasn't called chicken soup. It was noodle soup. It didn't have a lot of oil on top. It was just really good. It was warm. It was in the winter, and also sometimes I would get like a big bowl of salad, and it all came down to maybe like a little bit over 10. I don't remember. She was, oh, I would never pay $10 for a salad. And she just made me feel like guilty about the salad. And next time I kind of thought about getting a salad, I just thought about that. Am I overpaying for a salad? Or am I gonna make it in my home? And even my mom makes it, just not as good. It's like too much salad. It's like it's that white green and just like, oh, it's like they had a certain style when they made that, and they put like cheese and turkey meat wrapped up, And I didn't even eat the rolls after a while, because it was carbs and stuff. And eventually I lost like 10 pounds. I didn't exercise too much, just work. And I think I cut down on beer, and I started just, eating that in the day. I think that's the time I ate around 12, and maybe I had a little beer later, but not so much. Eventually I lost, pounds, but I actually enjoyed it. So what is your obsession about actually eating something nice? Am I that obsessed that, you can actually cook? I mean, I actually kind of, years ago, actually, I gave her compliments. I don't know if the hair said this was good, and I used to say, my Aunt Donna actually really knows how to cook. But it's like, I want to tell you, don't do that. You could do better than that. What are you doing? How much you spend? It's not that they're cheap, That's what I thought too, It's like they're just cheap to every penny, But it's that snake. It's like, why are you so hung up on me enjoying something? I mean, Do I want their Donna to have something nice in life? I don't think she deserves it. She had, um, an Audi SUV. I was like, wow, well, that's pretty good. They have something nice. But I mean, honestly, I drove it and it was just small and it was like, it wasn't dirty. It was just like the front panel was just weird. It was like a Nissan Murano, but it just stretched for so long. It's like, I can't put my hand in there. But I mean, it's like, if you like that, you like that. I don't care. I'll tell you, give you instructions like get a better SUV, this and that will last you. But if that's what you're into, but it's that malice, that snake, you know. I wonder if Stanley over there figured out how to smoke a little bit better, so it eases the stress and it doesn't hurt your lungs as much, you know. But I mean, it's just a form of hatred, It's really what that is, Hatred, and it's just like, it's just very creepy and disturbing. And yeah, when I cook, it does mess me up, Definitely does. When it's like I fall into this realm, REALM. Yeah, it's hard to pronounce the R's in that word, but I never knew that word existed. Wow. Okay. It's like it's hard. If I fall into this realm where I'm like, not. It's like my subconscious and my conscious meet together, and I'm just asking for advice how to do something, and it's very creepy and eerie. Like I really don't enjoy it. It takes all the fun out of cooking. Even it could be the best, meal or food that I create or the best dish or whatever. It's like it just doesn't taste as well anymore. I mean, I could taste it, but it's like I still love the process and just trying to take that away from you as well. Like, what is your obsession with just me enjoying life? Stop listening to my thoughts. You gotta follow me to the store and be like, and ridicule something. It's like that too, but it's like, ugh. And yeah, Kevin Cadena, or Say Dana, whatever he called himself, because somebody else pointed out to him. Shout out to Gary, Big G Movers. Thank you for clearing up how you say his last name. But it's like, he would always tell me, you don't need to do that. You don't need to go out with her. Why you gotta talk to her? She know. And I was just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, leave me the fuck alone already, man. I mean, couldn't do this and I couldn't find something nice. Just like, it just full of hatred. And then there's people hate on you what words you use. It's like they never discovered it. It's like they found the new world and it's like a word and just hanging there on the, on the beach somewhere. It's like, I don't want to go see it. Nah, you don't need to go and know that. Something like that. I'm just gonna probably end it right here on that one. I don't want this video to be long, but there was another thing, the Terror Squad crew, right? It's not just about the Terror Squad or what country they come from. They're Puerto Rican. I don't even care anymore. There's Polish people like that, who just live in a certain area, and the style to wear or the dress code to wear is have a pair of Timberlands, the yellow construction boots. That's primarily what they're designed to be, but they're like over $100. You can't get any $100 unless they're on sale. And it's like people like used to like say, oh, the thread fell off just to get some. I don't even know, but imagine being like a city area, right? Concrete, asphalt, this and that, and you have sweaty toes from wearing those boots. And yeah, they get comfortable, but it's like it's just like boot after boot. It's like what is it, the military or something like that, And then you go on the it's just so obtuse to like go on the beach, like take the boots off and take your socks off, Maybe once you do, you put your socks in your boots and like you relax and you want to wash your toes and stuff, and whether you're on the beach or you're on the sand and you're walking barefoot, it's a good feeling. It's a very nourishing feeling, to be connected. I don't say connected in the earth, in the ground, but to let your feet and relax, But it's also that feeling of like being in the summer and everybody's in the boots and it's just like, man, you go home and you get an athlete's foot. Like do they? And I don't want to. I don't know, I asked the girl, man, do you toes itch, bro? You know, I would actually do that if I like, you know, got angry at you. That's all I'm gonna do to you. Like, you got those little yellow things on the side here. See, I fixed mine. But mine happened for something else. It wasn't from the boot. It was just, you know, I have an alien toe. I don't think it's a Greek a toe, Roman toe, but it's not about that. It's just about, like, imagine those terror squad guys, you know, going from, you know, the Bronx or whatever, where they're on their, you know, airplane and they get to the beach and then, you know, they walk around Timberlands on the beach. I mean, it's disgusting, you know. What would that be like? I don't know. It's like maybe Timberlands in a forest. I mean, that's pretty much, you know, they got the name, right? But, you know, just dressed with, like, you know, a hockey jersey or like a football jersey in the forest, just, you know, smoke it like a blunt, like hitchhikers walking, people that love the path. It's someone like me with like a walking stick. Like, all right, fellas, yeah. It doesn't have to be the fellas thing, but, you know, it's that on the beach thing just doesn't go together, you know. Even if it rains, it's like October, November. Yeah, you could probably have something like maybe a pair of Crocs, but even me, I would take it off and just, you know, have some cold on my feet. There's nothing wrong with it. Then, you know, you wash your feet off and whatever shoes you have on, but boots, you go home. You know, but I just couldn't see the rough and rugged style on, you know, like a beach. It's just disgusting. It's creepy, you know. And, you know, I wonder if, you know, if I took my walking stick, walked on the beach, maybe something like this, you know, and put my sweatpants up and bare feet, with people complain, just look at me like, you know, what the fuck? Creepy, right? What is so creepy? You know, you don't have any logic. It's not like you need to, you know, be read a book and instructed how to do that. It's common sense, you know. I mean, I actually went to the beach when I was like, what, 7 or 8 years old, but, you know, it just doesn't feel right when, like, you know, walking in like shoes on the beach, and especially if it's warm. And what if, you know, you want to have your toes open feet, just, you know, let the water, like, you know, hit your feet. You know how cool that is? That's just some relaxing stuff, you know. I mean, I don't know where I went from that. Just, you know, Sedena and the Terror Squad, just, you know, they were very much alike in some aspects, so that's why I threw that in there. You know, and I'm not gonna go over there. My aunt Donna, man, if she goes to the beach, I couldn't see her on the beach. I just, you know, I couldn't. She would probably smoke her Marlboro Lights, and, you know, just can't take her little smoking dispenser, you know, or car dispenser or something like that. You know, I don't think she ever been to the beach, especially United States. Maybe when we were young, you know. We went to the beach, but I don't think they even went on the beach. It's just, you know, it's so relaxing. It's so full of life. Even when you prep something and you cook, and it just, you know, you're doing it, and it's, you know, you're actually, you know, it's not about, you know, the man and the fire and the stove. It can be. I don't have an apron even, you know. It's just about preparing your own food, and it's, you know, doing it right better. And it's a spiritual thing. It is a fun. It does seem a little bit fun, even when you're hungry. You know, it's like I suppress that hunger because I'm concentrating on the food. You know, and yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling though. You know, but it's like people trying to like steal that, take that away from you as well. You know, at some other level, like, even if they couldn't be in my mind or just, you know, manipulate my soul, feel my soul, just feel my joy. It's like they would just reach out to me somewhere and try to put me down, or just come in my house and make sure I, you know, wouldn't go and enjoy that again. Wow, man, like, you really just, you know, it's that you self-absorb. You're so absorbed in me. You know, I don't know for years if I was too fully aware, and I didn't really express myself to the fullest extent about that. You know, it's a very eerie and creepy feeling. I mean, am I gonna, you know, like, you know, not eat penny vodka again because Donna told me that, you know, I could do better? Fuck no. I just, you know, I'm gonna get a better penny vodka than I had at the waiting room. That's all. I wonder who else, you know, that took a cooking class, or just, you know, they saw me do something like, oh, you could do better. Like, oh, you don't need to do that. You know you messed up, right? What the fuck, bro? Like, would you, whenever you record a video about me cooking, just would you leave a comment about that? Would you Are you shy or scared? Are you terrified? You creeped out? You get a fake account on YouTube, just a bunch of name and letters. I mean, I won't look for you. It's like it's just so weird, and it's like, how obsessed are you? Not just me, but I'm pretty sure there's other people that they do the same thing too. They do it to me, they do it to other people, People that are just, I don't know, and enjoying something and not full of hate or something, It's like they don't want anyone to have any nice things. Is that all? And Nas, like, I'm not going to repeat it, but I am going to repeat it, obviously, but, they don't want a ninja to have shit. They don't want a nigga to have shit. It's not about a black person to have shit. There's people that don't want either. It's just about certain people just having something and enjoying it. It's like there's people that just don't want you to be happy. At least that's what I experience, I don't go around saying, like, oh, man, you shouldn't have that. I don't give a fuck. If I don't like you, I don't like you, That's it, Is it back in my mind, like, oh, you're having something nice? I mean, I could care less. Honestly, I could care less, Chances are I'm trying to enjoy myself in that moment. I'm not going to spend too much time on your life and what you're doing. Unless we communicate and, if I wouldn't do it like that, maybe I'd do it like this. But in a hateful way either, Chances are, if you have something I like, I don't want to take it from you. Maybe I want to borrow it for you if I need it. Like a log chipper, wood log chipper, a log of wood chipper. With Stanley Nimick always, I don't know if he had or he leased it or he borrowed it, but I think he had, at least to my knowledge. I mean, I wasn't jealous of it. I thought it was really cool. You need it for those big, cut logs, especially after you cut it with a chainsaw, or even the big ones. Except, was it a little bad on the knees? He was sitting down. He was just pressing it down. Yeah, it was kind of annoying working with that. But you know what? Let's say, like, around here, I don't have the property that Slash over there has, right? So it was just annoying for like 8 hours to sit there and work with it. It was just grueling. Let's say, I could probably lease one, probably rent one or something for, like, a day or something, 8 hours from Home Depot if they have it. Let's say if I had logs, yeah, I would chip, like, maybe, I don't know what they call it, a cord or something like that, even by myself, and I would use an axe by myself even, But it's like, it's about that machine. Like, I'm not obsessed with it. It's a good thing, Even if I really don't like Nimick, right? But can't stand them. But, hey, have at it, man. Enjoy it. Am I going to tell you, you could do better? Maybe not condescendingly, but try to give you advice how maybe your knees wouldn't hurt because you're sitting there and you're constantly getting up, There's another story with that. We did it for, like, one season or two seasons in a row. Me and my dad, Stanley Nimick, and I think Adam was there, Stanley was sitting down, and he's like, oh, it's the knees. And it was like a two-man operation because one person had to hold the log. When I was like, I wonder if one person can do that, But it's like, it would be kind of difficult depending on what logs you would have as well. I'm going off on a tangent here, but would I tell you, oh, you need to do bed haunting you? Probably not, I mean, geez, I guess if I was doing something wrong with it, then there's people that would be happy. They would succeed in life, right? Or in that particular moment, just to, like, make sure I mess something up and, call me stupid and all kind of names, right? It's just unbearable to know people like that, I mean, is there going to be a time when, they're just going to be out of sight, out of mind? Probably, probably. Am I going to be haunted by the way they were? Probably. But, I also remember their faces where, like, I had a Nimick over there when, like, I just pointed something out, I wasn't angry, he just got psychotic and stuff. Like, his mind would just couldn't quite, the neurons couldn't quite, communicate too well. He just, he got intercepted by, logic, truth, and, something decent. You know, it's just very weird and odd. And they still do it. They still do it to a certain degree. You know, but it just it just creepy and ridiculous. You know, even the thing I was doing, I was something I threw away. It was like a jewelry. I don't want to say case. It was a branch, and I hung my jewelry from it, but it did look creepy and disturbing on some kind of like that witch from it was in Maine or something like that. It was Pennsylvania, Blair Witch Project. It's like some evil people do with like twigs and sticks of wood, and it looked like that was creepy near. I was like, well, and I kind of sanded it down, and I was gonna paint it. I never painted it, but it was just weird. And eventually, I threw it out, But even with that, it's like I was sitting here and I was just trimming the edges, and I was sandpapered it, and I just figured out based on the height, it's how I it's like a the Karate Kid moment. That's the first time I saw that. The little tree, that they had, and it's you just clip it to a certain to a certain design, and it is a very peaceful relieving experience. But if people haunt you, it defeats the purpose. Even trying to take a hot shower and just people are haunting you about stuff. It's like, wow, you don't want me to be relaxed that much? Like, what is your obsession about me relaxing, getting a massage, just enjoying my life? I don't go out of my way and haunt you. You're the one haunting me, and you're getting haunted back. I mean, I get that, but here's pride. People would do that as well. Just I wonder how many messages subconsciously it was related to me not to like something. It's like, nah, you don't need that. What the fuck are you doing, bro? What are you doing with yourself, man? In your little desk job or something with your, aluminum, whatever, metal frame of your name. Great, bro. Happy for you. Not really. I could care less. You never cared about me. Even something like this. Hey, Chuda. Yeah, it's pretty nasty, right? Look at all that mold. Ugh. I put that in the shower. And after 2-3 days in the shower, actually 2 showers, it got like that. So I was thinking about getting that over that has an air compressor and a power washer, but it is somewhat fragile. I'm not too handy with the power washer. I wonder if eventually someone's gonna intervene with that as well. But what I might do is just get sandpaper and just sand it down. That'll be the best thing, And then I'm thinking, how deep do I have to send it down to get rid of the mold? And afterwards, I am gonna try to stain it, but it's just so many projects, and it's like they always try to stop you not to have something nice. Even when I was shopping for that, it's probably like not who was there, but it's like you could do better than that. What do you care what my feet stand on in the shower? You're obsessed to the most minusculest thing. It's eerie and weird, I really didn't know people were like that. To maybe you store with them, or they make a face about you getting something. There's certain people like I'm around me that actually do that. It's like they get angry, upset. What the fuck? I'm not gonna be condescending to you, but what you should do is go for a walk, 30 minutes to an hour each day. Eventually, if you're not just hater and psychotic and obsessed about somebody, maybe you could lose that weight, do a lot of stuff for yourself, and you build endorphins eventually, and just focus on your life. Because there's people that are just trying to get on with their lives, like myself, and I know I could do better.